Hey everyone! Super excited to come live today, guys, and talk about the topic that I think is more than relevant. It's like a hot topic right now. The topic of today's conversation is Ascension Flu, as you can see. So if you are joining me live right now, just please say hello. I'll wait for a few moments for you guys to hop on before I start talking about it, and I will also adjust a little bit my camera. And I will try to share it into my group as well at the same time, because it's all new for me. And I don't know how to do that. So I will see if I can do that from my profile. Before you guys coming on and chat about that topic, because I believe that's really important. Because probably many of you are experiencing right now what I'm going to talk about. And I want to share with you what it is, why it's even happening, and what you can do as well. And I have something special coming soon. That I'm also going to share with you at the end of this video. Just give me a sec. So let me see if I can share it inside my group. Yes, I should be able to. Okay, share to group. Cool. So that guys from my solo line tribe also can watch me and join us here in that discussion. And of course, guys, if you are resonating with anything that I'm about to say, yeah, feel free to share what's happening for you, how this Ascension Flu is showing up in your life. Yeah, so we can have it fun, you know. Okay, so yeah, I see that you're already joining me. Couple of people have already joined me, hopped into this live, so super excited. Say hello, say hi, say anything you want, so that we can start the conversation flowing. And so, Ascension Flu. I have already talked about that topic actually, I think like more or less a month ago, but not in a live setting. I just made a post about that because I felt already back then certain symptoms in me, and they were heavy, you know, like it's this heaviness inside your body. So what is an Ascension Flu in the first place? As you might have noticed, guys, in the last, I would say, at least 3-4 months, and it's been already talked in the spiritual community a lot. But if you have noticed that, there have been a lot of energies hitting us, right? Hitting us from the cosmos, hitting us from the sun, hitting us from Mother Earth as well, Mother Gaia. And they are, of course, they are very powerful positive energies that are meant to awaken as many people as possible. Because you might not be aware of that, but the case is that Mother Gaia is actually already ascended. It's already at the 5D state, and what Mother Gaia wants for all of us is to ascend as well with it, right? So not only we are receiving a lot of powerful energies from the cosmos, from the sun, from our star families and stuff like that, but we are also receiving a very powerful boost from Mother Gaia, right? And this kind of boost, hello, lovely Tamara. It's glad that you actually joined me. I know that you said you might not be able to, but yeah, you can stay for a couple of minutes and then, yeah, catch the replay for the rest. So I was saying that Mother Gaia is already ascended. It's already in a 5D, and it's only us here on Earth. Well, not everyone, of course, but a lot of people also need help with ascension, right? And that's why it's happening, actually. We are being hit by so many powerful energies that help us awaken, that help us raise our level of consciousness, that help us, you know, evolve on our journey. But of course, there is a downside to that. And the downside is that we all would wish that this kind of ascension happens all simultaneously in all of our bodies. But it's unfortunately not the case. Usually, when we talk about ascension, right, and we talk about awakening, the very first body that we have that awakens, it's actually the energy body, because it's the level of consciousness that starts raising, right? So it's our energy body that's being heavily upgraded right now. But all the other bodies that you have, they also have to catch up, right? They also need to be at the same level of consciousness for you to feel like, you know, in harmony, at peace within yourself. And because this is not really happening, like your consciousness has been upgraded, your energy body has been upgraded, but your physical body is still playing this catch-up game, that's why you're experiencing all those symptoms. And it's very simple. It's just because So your consciousness is already maybe somewhere at 4D level, while your body is still in 3D level. And these energies, they're like not coherent, right? They're not coming in together nicely, which is why your body needs to expand, right? The consciousness level of your physical body also needs to rise together with the consciousness of your energy body. And of course, I mean, other bodies needs to follow as well, like your mental, your emotional one, right? And that's why when we start awakening and ascending, we have this incredible pull within to start doing some inner work, you know, like to start becoming aware of our wounds and why we have certain things in life that keep repeating, and we kind of start digging deeper into who we are, right, and discovering more and more of things about ourselves. That's a journey, right? It takes some time. So this is like all of that is part of the ascension process, right? And we start naturally doing these kind of things. Well, usually for most of the people, I guess it's the case. But of course, some people are resisting, some people are not wanting to do the work, and yeah, that's a personal choice, right? We cannot do anything about that. But because your physical body is the densest one, it's the last one to catch up with everything that you are experiencing everywhere else, and that's why you might feel this heavy symptoms. Like, let's talk about the symptoms, because I've been talking a lot about this Ascension Flu, but what are the symptoms? I shared some in my on my page today, but of course, I mean, they can include any sorts of aches and pains that you experience on the physical level, right? Like, it can be unexplained pains anywhere in the body that just appear, and they're like lingering ones. They don't pass right away. There can be a lot of pain in your joints, in your muscles. There can be these sudden headaches, like very intense migraines. I personally experience a lot of turmoil when it comes to my sleep. It started changing already, like somewhere at autumn, and I've never been like an early bird, to be honest. I mean, I've always went to bed like around 1, 2, but now it's like another whole level of late, going to bed late. I'm like staying up easily until 4, 5 a.m. every day, and you know, like, I just don't want to sleep. So that was one of the things that changed for me personally. My sleep patterns really changed. Sleep, what is that? It's the same, you know, it's all part of your body is not being adjusted, you know, it's the physical symptom, right? So the other part for me personally, which was really big, and it changed very suddenly, like without me saying like, yeah, okay, I agree, it's the food. Like food preferences. First it started with kind of, you know, me starting to stopping to eat meat altogether. Like, I've eaten meat my entire life, and just somewhere in October I just stopped. I just didn't want to eat meat anymore, and not only I didn't want to eat it anymore, like the smell of meat makes me sick, and that was one. Okay, yeah, that was one. You know, like, and in the last couple of weeks, I would say maybe even more, like in a month, it changed even further. You know, like, I now totally lost connection to food altogether. Like, I open my fridge and like absolutely nothing appeals to me anymore. Like, food lost its, its appeal. You know, like, I know that many of us, we use, like, because the world is so stressful, you know, like, and we experience so many different things. So the very first thing towards we reach out for comfort to feel better is actually food for many people. You know, and that was as well, of course, the case for me. Something like not really going smooth in my life, yeah, I go for food and I feel better. Like, right now, it just disappeared. Apparently, I don't need that anymore. And I'm even kind of grieving a little bit the loss of this appeal for food. And I kind of tell myself, oh my God, will I never eat this or that thing anymore, because I seriously don't want. And not only don't I want, what happens now, like in the recent weeks, I would say, is that I can't. I just literally, when I eat things that my body doesn't want anymore, I cannot hold it down. Like, I need to vomit. I have such intense pain in my chest, like as if my rib cage is just like basically bursting, and like an alien wants to come out of there. Yeah, you know, so I need to vomit. So I really had to learn to respect my body and switch off of all the food that I used to eat before, even though I never eat really unhealthy. You know, like, first wave was removing the remaining unhealthy food, you know, like the heavy food, like the fried food, the meat, and stuff like that, you know, like to switch more towards like nature-based food, like fruits, veggies, fish, and stuff like that. Now it's like a whole another level. Now it's even funny because natural food doesn't pass. Like, it's not like food food doesn't pass anymore at all. And in the last couple of weeks, like my mind is screaming to me. It's like totally unhealthy and doesn't make any sense. But the only thing that actually can pass, for me personally, for now, it's just literally the honey cake. I can eat honey cake every day, all day, and feel absolutely amazing, like in terms of physical sensations. But if I eat anything else that's remotely what I consider healthy, like a salad or like, you know, like I love doing steamed vegetables. I used to, used to love, I mean, I still love, my mind still loves. So, or like, for example, something like a mix of vegetables, like green vegetables I really like, and like cooking them in some nice sauce and stuff like that, does not pass anymore, like absolutely not. So that's one of the parts, you know, like that's one of the symptoms of this ascension that they're not necessarily easy to deal with. They are like uprooting your life. They're like saying whatever you lived before, like in whichever way you lived before, it's not the way anymore. Like you have to adjust, you have to change, right? So all these kind of things. Of course, there are tons of other different symptoms that I would want to kind of mention to you today. So one of them, and I also noticed that for myself, is like memories that's being erased. Like I seriously cannot remember certain things anymore. At first it was scary, you know, like it's as if I'm, I don't know, an 80-year-old lady and my memory is like failing me. But what I understood with time is just simply I am erasing memories that are of no importance, you know, like that don't resonate with my new level of consciousness anymore, and they're just not necessary for me. They are like literally junk that I can get rid of, and that's why they are being erased. That's kind of funny, I mean, interesting process. Yeah, I mean, you can also feel very shaky in your body, like very ungrounded, very, I don't know, like floaty, but not in a good way, you know, like because we can feel very floaty, very light, and like, whoo, I'm on my cloud, right? But that's not how it is. Like it's more like so ungrounded that you feel dizzy, like you feel like the earth is going away from under your feet. It's for me, it's also quite, not every day, but it happens from time to time, like quite in a strong way. I'm not even talking about the earrings, like the ringing, I mean, in the ears. It happens so often, it's absolutely insane. And many people think it's tinnitus, like this sickness, you know, like then you have this ringing in your ears, but it's not at all. Like it's really related to you being upgraded, you know, and you are being like receiving some information, some downloads, some uploads, like they translate in these earrings very, very ringing, very, very often for our bodies, you know, and they can be quite annoying, but you know, with time when you start understanding what they are, you can of course diminish the frequency and everything. So all of this, you know, very, I would say intense changes, I've noticed that they have been happening a lot in the last, I would say 3-4 months for sure, because of the reason that I said. We are being hit with so many different energies for this last 4 months, because Earth wants us to awaken, because Earth kind of said, come on humanity, it's time, you know, it's like, it's time you stop sleeping, and it's time to wake up to what's really happening, and it's start, you know, time to make some changes in what we are experiencing. And that's why, like, it's a wave that is happening for many, many people. But at the same time, I feel that, of course, I mean, I could not compare. I would not have this capacity to compare, but as a starseed, I feel like it's even more important right now, because a lot of starseeds are being asleep, right? And it's really, really important for starseeds to awaken. I mean, it's a whole other story that humanity needs to awaken at large, you know, like to be able to go and follow the awakening of Gaia that already happened, right? But for us, we came here with this mission to assist this ascension, to assist others in awakening and healing, in raising their vibrations, raising their frequency, opening up to this other world, you know, like that exists, that many, many people don't see, because many people don't see past this 3D world that we live in, right? So we are here with this very special mission, and I believe for starseeds, it becomes even heavier, because we are already not comfortable in our body in the first place. Because many of us come from places where we didn't have a body. And the physical body as we have it before already feels like, yeah, it's bulky, it's heavy, it's weird. I don't feel good in it, right? And now with all these changes and ascension that is happening so intensely and like so frequently, we might feel even more, you know, like uncomfortable. I would say the world is like really uncomfortable, because for me, this feeling that my body doesn't fit is really strong. Like, you know, I really want to, I basically start almost every morning with like these stretches, because I wake up in the morning and I feel like, okay, I feel like what I have inside me, like the essence of me is bigger than my body, so I need to stretch my body. I need to make it bigger so that this essence can basically come in. And I also feel that that's the reason why, like, partially our essence is actually not in our body. We are a little bit disconnected because, well, it literally doesn't fit. It's like there, you know, like it's like a presence all around you, but it doesn't land into your body fully, right? And that's kind of part of why we don't remember certain things, why we cannot put things together, why we are still struggling, why we are not on our journey yet, like on our journey to assist other people in their own ascension process, right? So let me check some comments, because I see that there are some. My memories are constantly erasing as well. I was very concerned when this began happening. Yeah, me too. You know, like it's really scary. So I can definitely relate to that one. But yeah, no worries. It's just part of the whole process. Whatever is essential for us, we will never forget. And whatever we are receiving, like the new information that we are receiving, it's actually something that is going to stay. That is a message I clearly received some time ago, like once you remember, you can never forget. Like, meaning once you remember your true self, like the true essence of who you are, the knowledge that you're here to bring, you know, like if you get a glimpse of it, it will just expand within you and you will never forget that. But of course, for these glimpses, we do need space, you know, because I always think about my own being like a supercomputer, right? And of course your supercomputer can run 10,000 different programs at a time, but the more programs are running, the slower it is, right? So we sometimes need to make some space, like we need to remove junk that doesn't belong anymore, so that our current programs that are really relevant, that are really important, they can run smoothly and they have enough memory, right? So that's why it's actually happening. At least that's how I feel about that. So that's the explanation of what is the Ascension Flu actually, and why it's even happening, and why it's now. You know, now, of course it's been happening already for a while, and it's just like waves. I believe that it doesn't happen like, it doesn't really last for a really long time usually, but right now for me it's like a really long wave, because I felt it before, I felt these waves before, but they were not so, yeah, they didn't last for months. Certainly like not like it is now. And I've been doing different things for myself, you know, like, I will explain to you what you actually can do about that. And I've been doing a lot. So basically, the main idea behind how you can alleviate all those symptoms is that you need to bring your body up to speed. Meaning you need to bring your body to the high vibration, to the high frequency that your energy body already has, right? Because your mind and your emotional body also is catching up in a different way, and it happens more or less automatically. But for the physical body, I believe that we need to help it. Of course we can stay like doing nothing and experience that pain and experience this discomfort, but like personally for me, I don't want. It's very tiring, it's very exhausting, it really feels like, yeah, I'm in a struggle to even wake up sometimes in the morning and get out of bed, because your body feels so freaking heavy, like you ate an elephant the day before and it's still digesting. I don't know, right? So I personally don't want that for myself, so I'm going to share with you what you can do. So basically any sort of activity that can help your body be lighter and catch up with these high vibrations. As I'm a person who loves to work with elements, and I know that elements are, you know, like part of the universal language, like it's part of what the universe is made of, they are one of the easiest ways how you can raise the vibration of your own body, meaning working with elements. So you can do breath work ceremonies for yourself, right? Like you can learn how to do that, or just follow some videos that you can find on YouTube and do this breath work specifically to, you know, like create more space, like awaken your vital energy within, like renew your vital energy within. You can listen to sound baths, you know, like this beautiful higher frequencies music that you can also find, that there are people who create some really beautiful pieces of art that you can listen, and it will help you as well for your body. You can of course just take a bath, you know, like frequent bath. I do that very often. I love that. One of the things that I do. And you know, like infuse my bath with different things. Like I definitely, like, my base go-to element is always Epsom salt, but not only. I love mixing different essential oils depending on like what kind of mood I have. But like one of my, again, go-to essential oils is lavender to relax, like any kind of citrus oil to give you more vitality, things like that, you know, like depends like at what time of the day you're taking it. Like if it's at night, obviously you wouldn't want to be woken up, right? But you would want more peace, right? So that you would use something according, right? So working with elements is one of the like easiest ways how you can, bring your body up to speed. Like let your body know, okay, my consciousness evolved, so now I'm consciously evolving you too. Because like as I noticed, the process of adjusting your body, it's the longest one. If you don't do anything about it, you know, like if you just let things run its course and you don't intervene in the process, it will still happen naturally. Like I've noticed that for myself, like sometimes I don't do anything and it still happens, but I don't want that period of suffering. If I can remove that suffering from the equation, I'm more than happy to do that. I don't like that, you know? So, and that's what you can do for yourself, like all these kind of activities. Also, of course, don't forget physical activities like yoga. Like it's really, really amazing practice because, of course, if you do it right on top of it, like with a teacher, I would say, who has the conscious part of it, you know, like not just moves, but also the philosophy behind it, you know, that they can teach you how to breathe during yoga and how to like harmonize your movements and stuff like that. Like I was not aware of all these things before I went to yoga retreat last year, and it was fascinating for me how it can be such a powerful practice because it's like quite holistic in its, you know, like when it's done properly with a person who knows what they're doing. So you can do that. Definitely walks into nature. This is like one of the biggest things that helps me a lot with my body. And you can literally like sit on the ground and like connect with earth even more so that your body kind of infuses itself with these higher energies as well. Right? And not just like the energy body. This is one of the, like, these are my personal go-to things. Like I use them quite often. Well, now it's winter, it's like a bit shitty outside and cold, and I hate cold, but I still every day go for a walk. It's my routine. Like we go for a walk with my partner every single evening, unless it's boars, cats and dogs. We are out, you know, connecting with nature and breathing. So these are the things that you can do for yourself, definitely, like in your own setting. But there is something I want to share with you that I have in mind as well, that I have created because I was inspired, like literally yesterday, because I went to bed and at 4 a.m. I was still awake. I went at 3, you know, like I went at 3, I told myself, okay, maybe today it will be the different day. And I kind of laid down and I again felt that discomfort in my muscles and like I couldn't find a position. I was like tossing and turning, not because I had some crazy thoughts in my head or anything. I literally, my body felt uncomfortable. And like at 4 a.m., you know, I was like already lying there with my eyes closed, and I was like, higher self, please send me some advice or something, like send me some inspiration. What can I do right now? And I started receiving information right away. She was like telling me, but you can connect to your star family right now and help them, ask them for help, you know, because they can do it much faster. They do it from time to time at night for me. Yeah, I've discovered that also a while ago. I'm so thankful for my star family that they're actually doing this, that they come and work on my body. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I know that they're doing something at night, and I know that they are like physically doing something to my body, because I wake up with like a thingy behind my ear. It happens from time to time. It's like an irritation that appears behind my ear, like a cut, you know, like as if like a small cut. And then in a few days it passes on its own. I don't do anything with it, but it's like really itchy, like really as if they like cut me there and did something. At the beginning, yeah, I thought it was maybe some sort of reaction to something I'm doing, but no, it's always at night. That's the interesting part. Like I always wake up with that. So I kind of figured with time, especially when I started seeing things at night flying in my room and like doing something, yeah, that's when I was like asking them, are you doing something to me at night? And they're like, well, yeah, we are upgrading your body. So that's kind of one of the things. And my higher self literally told me, but you can connect to them again and like ask them for healing, because like more like for attunement rather than healing, so that your body will be attuned to these higher energies faster, because they have so many other tools that we don't have here on Earth. So you can just go and ask them. And that's the thing, that's what happened. I kind of literally woke up and this idea started pouring into my head that I can literally go to Mothership, because I know that I have received that already before, that on Mothership we have that this really powerful cosmic healing chambers with cosmic healing beds, and there, like, you lay down and magic happens, basically. You know, so I kind of woke up right away. I wrote down on a piece of paper things that I could do, you know, like things that I could share with you guys, because then I came back to bed, and that's what I did for myself. I connected to my Mothership, and I went to this healing chamber, and I lay down on this bed, and, you know, like, I allowed all these frequencies to be absorbed into my physical body, to regenerate my cells, to kind of bring them, upgrade them, you know, and attune them to these higher energies that I have been receiving in my consciousness so much lately. And I woke up finally this morning, like, not like a train wreck, like how I have been waking up like really lately, but I felt really rested for the first time. Of course, I mean, I fell asleep in the process, but I know that they finalized the work with me anyway, like, even though I was like already in my unconscious state anyway. So, and that's what I want to share with you guys. I kind of planned for myself a weekend, next weekend actually, a 2-day event that will take place on Friday and Saturday, like 2 days. I decided to split it in two, where, well, it will not just be about this alleviating the Ascension Flu things, but a little bit more than that. So I want to create an event, I mean, I already did, where we will just connect to our Mothership, to our star family, to, first of all, kind of review our mission here, because, as I said, we are awakening right now, right? A lot of starseeds are awakening, and I'm still not really aware what they are here for. So I would love to help you connect to your star family, to review your own mission, not with them, but for yourself, like on the Mothership, because you have information there, and ask some help from your star family as well, to help you, maybe some resources that you need to go further, you know, like, to whenever you are, wherever you are in the process, you know, like, wherever you are in the process of your fulfilling your mission. So ask them for some resources. That will be in day 1. That's what we will do. In day 2, I will help you connect to that cosmic healing chamber and this cosmic healing bed, where you can literally regenerate your cells, whatever is happening for you, you know, like, whatever pains you're feeling, so that they can be removed from your body, like, literally, because they're not the real pains, you know, like, they're not the pains of because something is wrong with you, like, right? They are literally related to what's energetically happening to your other body. And so you will just literally remove those pains and then attune your body to this higher frequency that you have already received, so that those Ascension Flu symptoms, they just disappear, dissolve. Like, some of them, of course, might remain, like, and it's totally kind of okay, you know, like, but when they're all hitting you all at once, it can be so heavy. So that's what I want to do next weekend. Like, I literally called the event, how did I call it? Cosmic Connection Weekend. Cosmic Connection Weekend. It will be, like, as I said, Friday and Saturday, 2 days. So we will have 2 guided journeys together. I will guide you through these things that I said. And of course, you will also establish, like, a much deeper connection to your soul, right? Because Ascension is all about accessing a deeper level of connection with who you truly are, right? So you will access that deeper connection, like, literally anchor it within yourself, so that you can start receiving downloads that come with the, you know, with all the ascension and all the updates that we are receiving. So that will be all part of that 2nd day journey that we will do together, this healing, attunement to higher frequencies, and also, like, establishing this deeper connection to your soul, okay? So the whole event costs €99. You need to attend both. Of course, there's no option to attend only one and not the other, because they are so freaking important and have to come together, you know. And especially if you have never connected to your, you know, starship, your soul family, not soul family, star family. That's a bit different. If you've never done that, you absolutely need the day 1. You know, you absolutely need that one, because it will really help you tune into your mission, you know, deeper, a little bit deeper, and to see where you are standing with it, because maybe you don't remember it yet, right? So it will help you just to review and see where maybe you are still lacking something for, like, because you haven't accessed the knowledge yet, because it all happens like this in waves, right, for us. So that's what you will do in day one, and you will establish that connection to your star family. You can talk to them if you've never done that. It's totally cool. They are very supportive. They want us, to succeed, and they don't want us to struggle, and they understand that being here on Earth, it's not a walk in the park for us, right? So they are always there for us. And by the way, guys, that's something that I also wanted to share, is that, for years people have been talking about these ships that are hanging over Earth and like waiting to land and waiting to meet people. The truth is, they have actually always been there. Since we are here, they have been here too, because they are watching over us. They are here to help us on our journey. They understand that it's not easy, that like we cannot do it on our own. We need support. That's why they are there. And when we are ready, because of course we all agree to forget everything we know, and that's part of this hard deal, right? But as we start remembering and we start being less fearful of these extraordinary things, like extrasensory things, they start getting in touch with us more and more and more. So they're always there, kind of waiting for us to reach that level of consciousness where fear is not the one dictating what is happening for us, right? Because I know that at the beginning, when they were visiting me at night, I was freaking terrified what the hell was going on, so I kind of knew I wasn't really ready for them to be there yet, but they knew I am ready, because they knew I reached a level of consciousness where I can already meet them. So at some point, I had to tell myself, okay, why am I so afraid? I believe that this is probably my star family. They are making contact with me now. All I need to do is just open myself up to that without fear and more with curiosity. And that's what I did. Like one night when I saw that thingy floating in the air in front of my face, I, instead of being afraid like I usually do, like and freeze and like stare at it in like this shock and whatever it is in front of me, I'm like, okay, hello, what are you doing here? I started being more curious, and the fear went away right away. And before, like at the beginning, I didn't see them so clearly as I started seeing them afterwards, because I removed the fear. First they were kind of transparent, but as I removed the fear, they became apparent to me. Like they literally physically appeared to me. They were like really teeny tiny, like this little tech that was flying in front of me, but they looked like bugs, which was so funny. Like I could see that they are not natural, like they're not made of flesh and bone, whatever. Yeah, but they looked like bugs. So it was really funny. And when I saw it for the first time, it's kind of interesting. Some of them looked like spiders, like a spider drone or something like that. But mostly it's like very natural. And it's really interesting for me now. Like I'm not afraid anymore, right? And I know that they are helping me. And that's why all those ships that people are saying, yes, they're here to come and establish contact with Earth. Actually, they're not here for that at all. They are here to help us here, because they don't feel the need to come to Earth, and reveal themselves to people. Why? Like if you saw what was happening just a few days ago, there were some unidentified flying objects in the sky, and what did we do? We shoot them down, right? We don't know what it was. We don't know if it was any of the starships, making any contact or whatever. But the first reaction of humanity was what? Shoot them down. So they know that there's no point coming here. Like humanity is literally not at the point where we can just open our arms to another civilization that's more advanced than us without fear. So they don't want to come. And I'm not even sure that they ever plan to, but they have always been here to watch. That's for sure. That's why they have always taken some people in. Usually they do not take people like human beings, actually. They take us, they take us back to mothership because we need help. It's just we don't remember who we are, right? So they only actually take us, starseeds, those who also come from other places and not like earthlings who were born on Earth. They don't take these people. So that's what's happening right now, They have always been there, and they're so eager to help us only when we ask, sometimes, of course, as I said, they help without us asking because they see we need help. We just don't know we can ask. But once they establish that contact and you know that you can ask, why not ask, right? Like, why not go there and help yourself in a much more powerful way. So that's what this event will be about. At least for me personally, I want to share that experience with you, so that you can connect to the mothership, like have a tour there, you know, like have fun, connect to your star family, talk to them, ask for some guidance. You know, they cannot really help you with your mission as such, because they don't know what your mission is. You define it for yourself, but they can definitely share with you any sort of resources that your race has, right? And that are available to you. So that's what you can ask from them, like that, you know, that it will help you with your mission, right? So that I want to definitely share with you. And of course, these cosmic beds, which are more like chaiselongs, like that's how I, you know, when I did it for the very first time, they look like these crystal chaiselongs on which you lay down, and they change color. According to you, actually, according to what you need to be attuned to. So it's really awesome experience that I definitely want to share with you guys. So yeah, if it speaks to you, I'm going to share the link now in the video below. I can do that. Oh, so here you go. So it's like, yeah, as I said, it's 2 days. And if you're joining, you will be automatically, you know, like signed up for 2 days for yourself. And of course, you'll receive an email from me at some point with the link. It will be on Zoom, because I prefer to do everything on Zoom nowadays. So let me check if there are any more comments, because I see that there are some comments, but I'm missing them from the computer screen. Up. Life is crazy right now. I have been okay, especially 5. Yeah, totally. Life is definitely, well, crazy in a good way, I would say. A lot of changes, that's for sure. It really depends on how you take changes. You know, like how you see changes. For me, it's exciting. Used to be scary, now it's not anymore. Okay. I'm in it right now. Yeah, Keisha. Yeah, many of us are in it right now. That's totally insane, right? So, oh my God, guys, I don't know, it's just skipping. So, Elizabeth, you said, if you're able to go out and put your feet in a stream or any kind of flowing water, yeah, that's definitely powerful. Yeah, that's what I meant by, you know, like take a walk in the nature. And of course, like if the weather allows, if you can do that, yeah, water is for me, it's one of the most powerful elements that really help us cleanse anything that's already old and stale and whatever, right? That's why I use it all the time for myself. So that's definitely something really powerful. Thanks, by the way, for saying that. Let me see. Can you tell us how to connect with the mothership? Well, that's part of the journey that I will show you. You know, like I cannot tell you, I have to guide you. That's not how it happens. Like with words like this right now, it doesn't happen. But usually how I do that is I help you first access this altered state of consciousness, you know, like where your mind is not intervening with you anymore. And when you are on a different kind of wavelength, and then we go deeper first, and then we go higher. That's something I could explain, you know. First we go deeper within, and then we go higher, okay? Because if we are not connected from within, we cannot really go out and connect with something else. So, and then, yeah, I will guide you through the whole journey in that 2-day event. I mean, we will do two different journeys, but like one is built on the other, you know, like, because in the second day we will already right away hop into the mothership and go into the healing chamber, which is very powerful. And by the way, the healing chamber, what they showed me, I mean, I know that it's part of this very powerful healing grid, but usually it has like a pyramid into which you enter, and that's where the healing bed is, because pyramid is such a powerful structure where so many energies converge, you know, like, and you can literally, these converging energies can streamline into your body and do so many wonderful things within. So that's what we will do. Yeah, I will not reveal more than that, guys. Otherwise it will not be fun anymore. So if that definitely speaks to you, you can already book your spot now. So we have 1 week to go. It will be happening next weekend, not this one. Yeah, if you have any questions for me, feel free to drop them as well. For anything, you know, like for event or for the Ascension itself, like Ascension Flu itself, yeah, feel free to ask me. I'm here for that. I will be more than happy to I explained that to you now. But I will definitely be excited to see many of you guys joining, because I know that it's so not easy experiencing that, you know, like inside our physical body that is so heavy. And right now it's really heavy. At least, I don't know if you all feel it. I feel it. I've been feeling it for several months now. And despite the fact that I've been doing the work, you know, like I've been doing all the things that I just told you, like right now, again, there's like a new wave hitting. And I felt like at the end of the year, it was more from the sun and from the cosmos, but now it's like Earth kicking in. That's why one of the things that you might also feel, actually, it's the pain in the lower body, not body, but lower back. Like, because our, what Mother Gaia does to us right now is like really activating our root chakra, so that we can finally feel grounded here, you know, like, so that we can finally feel, okay, I am, my feet are on the ground, so now I can move forward without fear. You know, like this chakra is being really activated strongly right now, so you might feel that pain very intensely. I've been feeling that a lot, like at the end of the year as well, but it was different. I knew that it was related to my own issues that I had to work through, my own personal issues of safety, of like putting myself out there, sharing something with the world. That was different, right? But now, like in the last week, I didn't feel it anymore. But I know that like I had a moment when I healed the other part, you know, like my personal lower back pain. And then like I had like a moment, maybe 3 weeks, where I was like, everything was perfectly fine. And then again, it started hurting, but like in a different way. Like I cannot explain how, but I just felt it was different. And that's when I knew, yeah, there's something happening in terms of energy, and it's not inside anymore. It's like outside pouring into me. Right, so I definitely needed something to do something with that, and I was doing a lot of things, and thank God that this stopped, because that was, for me, the back pain is one of the worst ones, to be honest, because it can literally paralyze me from doing things, and like sitting like this, you know, like making a video for you guys, I can't. I have my back pain. Even writing a post, like, I mean, of course I can do that from my phone, from like a bed. It's not ideal, but I can still do that. But showing up like live and talking, oh my God, that's torture. Like doing sessions with people, that's torture. So I'm very happy that's over and done with. So yeah, that's one of the things that is part of the whole journey. So, oh my gosh, my lower back has been aching lately. That's really interesting. Oh yes, you see, if there is no physical reason for that, like, you know, like you don't have any injury or, of course, I mean, as I said, if it's like out of the blue, you never had it before, and it's like out of the blue, it's very likely that it's related to what's happening right now. But if you had it before, you know, like, and it's something that comes back, like in periods, like it was like this for me, it's definitely related to your issues, right? You need to work through them. And when I had to look into my own lower back pain, there were so many layers there. It was insane. I was like removing them one by one, like, or like more removing several at once, and then it still hurts, and I'm like, oh my God, there's more? What is there? What is more? And I would go and like another layer, like another layer and another layer, and I'm like, oh my God, it never ends. What is this? Like, how many layers did I put on my back? But I mean, no wonder it was so painful. It was so heavy. You know, like I was literally putting such a burden on myself on so many levels that my back was just literally folding, you know? So yeah, that's a bit different, you know, like you will feel the difference, basically. Yeah, it's been happening suddenly. Let me check here. Standing up, I feel like oh yes, that's the thing. That's what was happening to me at the end of the year. I was like, literally couldn't get up. I even got a pillow for myself here. Look at that. I never had a support pillow for my back, but I bought that one specifically for this purpose, so that my back remains straight. Because the second I was like kind of bending it a little bit, oh my God, that was so painful. So yeah, I still keep it now for a good posture. That's always helpful. But before, it became a necessity. I had to buy that. It's been happening sadly the last month or two. Yeah, so something to think about, definitely. Something to explore. I thought my pain is because of yoga I've done recently. Oh, well, you know, that's an interesting thing, because I mentioned that before. Like, for the very first time in my life, I went to a yoga retreat last year, in October. I've done yoga before, but like 10 years before, and I didn't connect with it at all. Like, it was too slow for me and whatever, I don't know, I didn't like. And then somehow this year I felt called to do that again. And I went there specifically because my back pain started, you know? And they told me right away that actually yoga releases the pain. It doesn't cause the pain. And I was supposed to feel my pain going away with yoga. So if I of course, if it was like normal physical pain or whatever you would call it. But for me, with yoga, it became so much more intense. It was crazy. They were at a loss. The teachers that I had there, they were like literally at a loss. They were saying, but although I could repeat like almost all the poses and everything after them, you know, whatever they were teaching us, and it was relieving me in the moment, you know, afterwards, like the next morning especially, it was usually like during the day it's kind of okay, but the next morning I would wake up and I would feel like so much worse. And they kind of told me, yeah, the first maybe couple of days your body's adjusting because it's something new for you, you haven't been doing that, but like in the third, fourth day you should feel better. I didn't feel any better. And that's when I knew I need to deal with deeper things. You know, I need to look into what it's really happening in there. So yeah, that definitely, yoga doesn't cause your pain, believe me. Yoga is like, is such a gentle exercise that it's supposed to help with the pain a lot. And the guys actually, well, the guys and the girls who were there, teachers, they actually told me that one of them had like back injury back in time, like, I don't know, some accident, and the girl fell and her back was broken, and it's yoga who healed her, that healed her a lot. So yeah, definitely you would need to look into it in a deeper level, okay? Are there any other comments? Let me check, guys. I see that we have new joiners, but it's already at the end of the video, so you might need, if you want to watch the whole video from the very beginning, of course, feel free, guys. Yeah, if you don't have any more questions for me at this point, and sorry, I keep looking at my screen, like at myself, instead of you guys, instead of in the camera. It's a bad habit I need to fix for myself, so that I can actually look at you guys and connect with you instead of looking at my reflection. But it's funny. It's always so confusing on Facebook. That's why I prefer Zoom. So to recap the whole thing, guys, it's really happening now very intensely, this ascension. We are being hit on so many levels, and that's why our physical body is not catching up with all the updates that are happening on the energy level, and that's why you need to help your body, like in the ways that I showed you already, like I told you, of course, that you can do at any point. But I also would like to share with you what I have been shown last night by you know, my soul family, my star family, my higher self, who just was really kind and gentle to remind me that I actually I can go and ask. So I would want to share that with you too, because I believe we all need that right now. And it's a event for me. I created it specifically for starseeds, for the reason that I told you, that I believe we already struggle with being in that physical body from the very get-go. And when the things like this happen, when we start awakening and ascending, it becomes even more intense. So for me, I mean, of course, a person who is not a starseed, they will not go to the mothership. They don't know what mothership is, right? They don't know their star family because they don't have any. So it's specifically an event for starseeds that I want to support you on that ascension journey, because of course we are all here to awaken sooner than later, right? Because the sooner we start, the sooner we awaken, the sooner we start on our mission, right? And I'm here to support you with that. So if you want to join me, feel free to do so. I will be so excited to see you all guys there. Yeah, you can also reach out to me at any moment on the messenger if you have any questions about this event. But it should be around 3 hours. But knowing myself, I don't know. Like 1 hour and a half for one day, 1 hour and a half for another day. But I don't know, guys. I usually do it a little bit longer. Do you have any suggestions to connect with the fire element? That's the only one I don't really vibe with for some reason. You know, that's the same thing for me. I just started with this element. What I found, what I was shown actually for the fire element, is that fire element is literally about our passion within. So it's working with whatever, like, it's first of all it's passion, and second of all it's the feminine side. That's this passionate feminine, like, you know, this witchy feminine side. So whatever things that you connect with this, like passion and this witchy feminine, will help you work with the fire element. It's not like working with the element directly somehow. At least for me, it's not like that. For example, I was using it, this fire element, working through like violet flame. You know, I don't know if you know the violet flame that we can access as well. So that it enters into your body, and then it literally, I was working with the lower part of my body for that, because fire element is really helpful for our sacral chakra, for, you know, like awakening that passion, that sexuality, this, you know, flow, but in a different way, because flow, it's water, but it's like the flow where you are in, how to say, in harmony with that witchy part of you, that dark feminine that so many of us try to suppress. So that's kind of how I was shown that. But that's true as well for me. The fire element is the one that I connect with the least. And yeah, I also did some fire, you know, like ceremonies there. I just lit up the fire in my garden and I just danced around, but again, that witchy way, you know. So, sorry, that's something you can try. It's my suggestion at least. Okay, guys, I spoke a lot. Hopefully you took something useful for yourself from that video. And I also really hope to see you guys at that event next week, where we can dive together and do some awesome stuff. Believe me, it's really, really amazing. Like, I felt so amazing when I woke up this morning, and I want you to feel the same way. So yeah, if you feel the call, if you feel that this is, you're experiencing that in your body, then definitely join me and we will have a lot of fun. So thank you very much, guys, for watching me, for commenting, for sharing what you're experiencing. And of course, feel free to share more, you know, like in my group or on my profile. I'm much more active on my profile right now than in my group. That's also true. But I'm still present in both places at the same time. So yeah, feel free to share whatever you want, whatever questions you have, whatever struggles you're going through. That's why I created that space, you know, especially the group, if you are like, if you want to share something more privately. Although I do encourage you to come out, finally. That's another part of the work that I've been doing lately a lot, working with speaking your truth and coming out and like fearlessly sharing what you have to share. And I have something else to share with you on that topic. And I think I'll do that tomorrow. I'll see if I feel like doing that tomorrow. But yeah, there's something that I really want to share because I noticed that unhealthy tendency, I would say. I don't like that. So I will talk about that tomorrow, but I'll leave that as a suspense without revealing more details. So yeah, feel free to share wherever you feel like sharing, okay? You can also, of course, message me privately and share things. A lot of people do that. But guys, I really appreciate if you do that in the group so that others can see too. You know, like when I give advice to people in my messenger privately, it remains between you and me, right? And it's not really serving the collective. It's not serving our little family that I have created where we are all together in the same, you know, like in the same way. So feel free to share your questions in the group. I think it's much more productive. Tuning in late, but woke up like I was hit by a truck. Are those symptoms? Yes, that's exactly what I was talking about just at the beginning of this video. That I used to wake up like I've been hit by a train. You know, you're hit by a truck. So yeah, that definitely is part of it. Yeah, definitely watch that. You will pick up some interesting things for yourself, explaining to you why it's happening right now. So I will wrap it up on that, guys. If you want to join me, please join me next week, Friday and Saturday, 6 p.m. my time. So when you will be, if you decide to join, when you will be clicking on the link, it will show you your time. So I know that for US, it's generally somewhere midday, like depending on where you are, you know, like somewhere between 10 and noon. For Australia, it might be a bit too late. So I always know that Australian people cannot really join me live, but there will be a replay available for that event for those who register, so you will be able to watch it even if you don't join live. And of course, I mean, the benefits will be the same because you will go on your journey on your own anyway, right? So if you cannot join me live at the time that I set it, you can join anyway and then watch a replay and then reap all the juicy benefits for yourself anyway. Okay, so thank you very much, guys, for watching me today. I'm wishing you an amazing day if you're in the US, end of day if you're somewhere in Europe, and good night if you're on the other part of the world. So, love you very much and talk to you soon.